You could see the veins in his legs through the sweatpants. That vein right there, you could see through the sweatshirt. In fact, he told the one, he said, man, you need to get Brian your pro card. You don't deserve it. Well, once he could max that out, I bought another one.
It's a really famous story about you and Ronichol먼. Most of Korean bodybuilding fans and fitness fans know about that story.
Basically, I met Ronnie through another police officer that worked out here, and he just kept telling me about this guy that was a rookie. And he's like, you got to see this kid. He's amazing. He's got veins everywhere. He's huge. And I'm like, bring him down here. So Ronnie came down, and as soon as I saw him, I'm just like, okay. You could see the veins in his legs through the sweatpants. And that vein right there, you could see through the sweatshirt. I mean, I've never seen that on anybody. And I remember we did chest, and I remember I beat him on bench press that day. I think probably the first month or so I could beat him on everything, and then eventually, wasn't much longer after that, I never beat him on anything ever again. And then I eventually brought in another guy, the guy I was telling you about that worked out with us. His name was Mark Hanlon. He's passed away now, but we were all intense. We all trained hard, man. You know, and that's what I try to tell people here now. Like, for them to fit in, they've got to train hard. If they try hard, then they're going to be accepted. You know, it's not all about just how much weight you can lift. It's really being hardcore to me is how hard you try. You try hard, that makes you hardcore. I mean, not everybody can be Branch, or Johnny, or Ronnie, or even me, you know. I mean, some people just don't have the genetics for it, you know. Unfortunately, this game here, it's not fair. You have to have a certain type of genetics to be a good bodybuilder. To be a pro bodybuilder, you have to be a very elite set of genetics. I mean, you've got to be competing at like 2% body fat. Like Ronnie and Branch and them, they never had body fat, ever. When Ronnie would try to like bulk up, I go, man, eat whatever you want. Pizza, cheeseburgers, I don't care. He would just get bigger. He didn't really get fat.
Just no fat.
I mean, like anytime he ever got tested, he was always under 2%, even in the off season.
Wow, even in the off season?
But it's because he's so big. There's so much muscle.
So, Mr. Ronnie is the most genetically gifted person you ever seen.
Yes.
Metroflex Gym is, I can tell, that the most hardcore and also most memorable place in the fitness culture.
One of them, I would say for sure. I think, you know, one of the things that makes it so hardcore is the fact that it's 100 degrees in here right now. I'll give you another Ronnie story. I'm not going to say the names of these other pros because it would be very embarrassing to them. Once Ronnie became Mr. Olympia, a lot of these guys would come visit or come to train with him, but very few actually made it through a workout. And this particular day we were doing back, and it was just like today, maybe hotter. And we started out with deadlifts, and back then I could deadlift 700. Ronnie could deadlift 800. Well, if you're not used to deadlifting, 500 is a lot of damn weight, you know. I mean, and we start going. Well, eventually, you know, we get up to 4 plates, and 2 of these guys couldn't do it. And of course, Ronnie, in fact, he told the one, he said, "Man, you need to get Brian your pro card. You don't deserve it."
Wow, that's cruel.
And then they left. It was about 6 weeks before the Olympia, and they were in it. And one of those guys, Melvin Anthony, he stuck with us through the whole workout. But when it was over, I literally carried him up front, laid him on the ground. I put a fan on him. I went over to that gas station and I bought some bags of ice. I put one underneath his head, one right there, and one for him to hold on to. And he laid there till they melted.
Yeah. None of Korean fans will hear about this story.
No, that was a hidden story, I guess.
So, well, I want to hear your and also Metroflex Gym's future plan.
Well, I mean, now we license gyms across America and the world. We have not had one open internationally yet. We have several in the works, so I really hope that we'll start opening them up overseas.
Maybe Korea?
Sure. I mean, I don't open them up myself. Basically, someone will inquire. We don't do an actual franchise. Franchising is a whole different set of laws. I don't want to tell them, okay, you got to wear black shoes, a black shirt. You got to be open at 6 a.m. and close at 9 p.m. So, like, especially overseas, we more or less just sell the brand name. And they kind of can do what they want. But there's suggestions that we make, like you need to have Texas power bars. You need to have dumbbells up to 200 pounds. You need to have strongman equipment. I mean, this type of gym isn't going to bring mom and dad and the kids. It's going to bring a guy that wants to be a champion in football, MMA, bodybuilding, strongman, powerlifting, that kind of, it's a different mentality. And when you have that kind of equipment, it sets you apart. I mean, every gym now has great equipment, but most don't have, 200-pound dumbbells.
That's right.
Or
250 right there.
Yeah, we have 250. Or 100-pound plates.
Yeah.
Or Texas power bars. Or a leg press that'll hold, 2,400 pounds. Or like a lot of our stuff has been customized to hold more weight, just because Ronnie could do more weight than anybody back then. We have 2 leg presses over there. One holds 1,800 pounds. Well, once he could max that out, I bought another one. That's a crazy amount of weight. That's crazy. And, like a lot of people will say that's why he's so messed up now, because he lifted too heavy. But really, it's my belief Ronnie's injuries now are more from the surgeries he's had than from the training. Like this surgery on me, I put it off for so long. He put off surgeries as well. He never told us he was even hurt. Yeah, none of us even knew.
So you're managing the Metroplex gym, and also you're hosting some few shows.
Yeah, we put on 3 a year. We have one called the Branch Warren Classic. Then we have the Roníkolman Classic in August. And then next year we have a 3rd show, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be called Branch Warren something Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
Because we now have a Branch Warren in Colorado. We did that in May, and it was a big success. Had a really good turnout.
Thank you so much for sharing your stories.
Yes, sir.
And can you share your wisdom to our South Korean fans?
To all our friends out there in Korea, we love you. And, you want to be successful at this. It's not an overnight journey. It's a long-term commitment. Some people get gains very fast. Some have to work very hard and long. But it's achievable to everyone. And, for me, a lot of what got me to the top was really my faith in God. That's why I have all my scriptures on the wall, and pictures of Jesus bearing the sins of our world. And when I think about how hard this is,
you're blessed, sir.
In this world, I'm very tough, very strong.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Lord, I'm like a little baby. I'm like a little baby girl.
You're showing Korean fans a lot of aspects.
Yes.
Tough Brian Dobson.
The baby Brian Dobson. But hey, it's all good, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Amazing stories.
Yes, sir. God bless you, man.
God bless you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.